Are you a mom dreaming of financial independence, but you don't know actually where to start? Hey, in this episode, we are going to dive into a step-by-step journey of building a financial independence designed for busy moms just like you. We're going to learn how to create more time for your family, gain control over your income, and start living life on your terms. It really is an empowering journey to build financial independence. So tune in for actionable tips and inspiration to help you break free from financial stress and build the life that you desire. Hey friend, would you like to learn how to make money online so that you can reclaim your time and create the impact that you were destined for? Whether you're looking to build a legacy for your family or simply break free from the 9-to-5 grind, this is the place to get inspired, take action, and start making real change. My name is Melanie Borbo, and I am a wife, a mama, I'm a lover of Jesus, and I am a digital marketer that is passionate about helping moms to make an impact. And in this podcast, we are going to dive into practical tips, strategies, and stories that will guide you on your journey to financial independence and a purpose-driven success. I want you to make the impact that you've been called to make. If you have a desire to start an online business and you want to have some really powerful mentoring, a community of powerful leaders and successful entrepreneurs that are willing to lead you and guide you through the process of learning all of the things. If this sounds exciting to you, then come on over to dailypaidblessings.com, enter your email in there, and you'll get a couple of videos that'll give you a little bit more information about, what it is that we do. We have done for you products that can easily be sold. We also have training and mentoring to help you grow any business that you have using social media or things like that. So go ahead and just come on over, put your email in at dailypaidblessings.com, and I will see you on the other side. And in that, you will get a blueprint that will be emailed to you right away as well. All right, see you there. Hey friend, welcome back. I'm super excited that you're here. I want to dig into this whole idea about building financial independence and why it's actually a really empowering journey. And I know that it's a journey because I've been on it for a while. And so I just want to share, what I've learned and what I would do different and what I am doing different, because sometimes it can be really overwhelming. Like you look at the bills coming in and you look at the money that's in the bank account and you think there's no way they match up, right? There's no way that there's extra. They either just cover or and so often, especially in the world today, there's so much financial stress, right? Everything costs so much money. Our incomes have not gone up the same way that inflation has gone up. And so it can be really stressful for families. And I'm super passionate about helping moms to make money online so that they can make an impact, whether that's with their families, their kids, their community, their church, like whatever. I really truly believe that we all have been called to make some kind of impact. And the one thing that I do know is that even though it's not about money makes things a lot easier to do. Right? Like if you want to help someone, for instance, and you don't have money, well, now you can't do that. If you want to give to a certain cause and you don't have money, you can't do that. If you want to build a school somewhere, if you want to, right? Like if you want to fix someone's car, like anonymously, that's my thing. I love the idea of being an anonymous, just an anonymous giver, being that person that can just help someone without them knowing that it was me, and then just seeing their happiness or whatever. To me, that just lights me up. I love that idea. So why do I say that building financial independence is an empowering journey? Because when I first started, like many years ago, so I've been in and around the online space for since about 2009 or 2010, quite a long time ago. I'm new to podcasting. I'm new to digital marketing, like in some respects. I started with network marketing. I'd never really, I had a job. I went to college, got a job as a veterinary technician, had a good job, all of those things, but I didn't have very much money. And there was no way that my job was going to pay me more. Like I was, you can only get so much of a raise. And so I knew then, like something in me, like I thought, I want to have kids one day and I want to be able to stay home with them. I want to be able to work from home because it's important that I help, provide for the family with the family finances, but also to be there for my kids, to be home with them. And so many years ago, I think it was about 2009 when I had no idea how to start a business or anything like that. And for me at that time, I'm grateful for network marketing because network marketing taught me a ton of stuff. It taught me, all about personal development and personal growth and taught me how to talk to people and how to, listen to people. And it gave me all these skills. And so for the many years that I was in and around network marketing, then I started to wonder about, doing it because network marketing, the traditional way of doing it is very time consuming. Like you're having parties or you're on the phone all the time or you're going to networking events or you're going to farmers markets or trade shows. Like you have to get in front of people. And that was the traditional way to build network marketing. But as the times kind of changed and things kind of shifted, it was more about maybe doing it online. And so then I started to kind of pivot and go into that dig into that online space. Like, okay, so what does that look like? And then I started to hear words like funnel, like a sales funnel or automations or email, like all these things. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What is all this stuff? And it was quite overwhelming. In fact, more than overwhelming. There was lots of times when I thought, I can't do this. This is too scary. This is too hard. I don't know how to do this. But there was always this burning desire in me to find a way, right? To just find a way to make it work. And so as life is, we go through many different kind of seasons, where we're learning, some seasons where we're learning, some seasons where we're taking action, some seasons where we're, being still, sitting quiet, waiting. And so just like many other entrepreneurs, I have gone through many of those seasons, right? Different businesses, different interests, all kinds of things. But what kept coming back to me is this idea of financial independence, because I wanted something that was going to be able to work, like that I could work passively, right? That I could put some time into, but it was going to continue to work when I wasn't working. And so that's where I've come to now. And so why do I say that that's important and that's empowering? Because when we are financially independent, it gives us control over our time, our choices, and our future. And I'm going to dig into a few of those things as to what, why being financially independent is even a thing, right? Why does it even matter? So when we are financially free or, financially independent, that allows us to make decisions based on what we value rather than being constrained by, financial obligations or, how much money's in the checking account. So this means that we get to choose how we spend our time, who we spend our time with. We get to pursue passions. We get to grow as a person. We get to grow as a family. Like all of these things are really, really, I find really, really rewarding. And I'm assuming if you're here on this brand new podcast, right? I haven't been here very long but I'm assuming that if you've found it and you're here, that has to be on your heart too. That desire has to be there for you as well, because you wouldn't be here. I don't think you'd be here otherwise. So it helps us to, like I say, have more choices. It helps us to make better choices or different, right? Because we now, when we work towards being financially independent, we now get to decide, hey, do I want to, instead of, okay, well, we get to go to stay 2 nights at this cheap hotel because that's all we can afford. Or it's like, hey, we get to go for 2 weeks to this fancy resort, You see the difference? There's a change in our choices. There's a change in if we have a job that we continue to do. Like I still have a job that I love to do. And so that's what I call my day job. And then I have my digital marketing online space that I do after I get home. But that, when we are financially independent, that's a choice. That's a choice that we get to make. So that's number one. Number two is that it reduces stress. Obviously, finances are a big stressor in many families, many families. And so when we have, when we don't have to worry about the bills or unexpected expenses, like when we just always have more money than we need, because that's really what financial independence or financial freedom is having more money than we actually need. And so when we know that is there and we know how to earn it, that's the other thing. It's not like it's just a big lump sum of money that just showed up on our doorstep and it's going to run out one day. When we learn skills, actual skills to building a business and, getting customers and getting people to hear us and see what we have and helping them get the transformation that, you're promising them to get. When we have all of that stuff and we know how to do that, that means that even if, heaven forbid, something happened to that particular business or that particular product, you can take that and you can build it up again. Because how many times have you heard very, very successful people have lost everything, more than once sometimes, and they have to start over again. But the reason they can start over again is because they have the skills, right? So now you're just controlling things a little bit more. You're investing in yourself, which I think is the biggest investment that we can make, because stocks will fail, like all these other things, right? Real estate, a hurricane can go through, wreck it all, like whatever. But when we invest in ourselves, we know that as long as we have breath in our lungs, we can go and take those skills and do something with them. The next one is that we can pivot. We can take risks, right? We can explore new opportunities without fear of financial loss. And this gives us a huge amount of, in my opinion, it gives me a huge amount of, it leads to a rewarding life when I know that I can just go, oh, yeah, I want to learn Spanish, so I'm going to take some time and I'm going to learn Spanish. Or I want to, take ski lessons. I'm just going to go do that without having to worry, right? So there's so many different empowerment opportunities that come to us when we are building financial independence. And then there's obviously the confidence, because this is when we set a goal, like a money goal, it's a very tangible thing when we reach it. We can see it, we can feel it, we can see the results of it. And that can lead to confidence. Now, I'm not saying that we should be confident in our money, because I believe that it is just a resource. Money is just a resource. I believe in my life that God is the source of everything. And so for me, I don't want to become, all confident and cocky about the money that I earn. I want to use it for good. And that's, to me, like when I talk about making an impact, that's what I'm talking about. Like, can you just think for a minute, what would you do if money was not an issue? If you were not concerned about how much money you had, what would you do that you might not be doing now? And what kind of impact would you make on someone's life? What kind of transformation would you offer them? I think I touched on this a bit at the beginning of the episode, but when I think about, just having more than enough money in my bank account, I love the idea of, so let's say for instance, someone needs a new car or they need their car fixed. I would love to be able to have that income to just go, okay, I'm going to call my mechanic. I'm going to call the tow truck. They're going to go pick that car up, or they're going to deliver a new one, which would be even more fun, I think. And then you just sit back like on the curb somewhere or, whatever. And you just see the reaction. To me, that would just bring me so much joy. Or things like, like I've got friends that have really bad teeth and need lots of dental care, but they don't have the money to fix it. And I always think, man, I would love to just be able to call up a dentist and say, hey, this person's going to come in. Their bill is covered. Do whatever you need to do to make them have a healthy smile. Their bill will be covered, because I know how hard dental stuff can be on families, because it can be a huge expense, right? Huge. So these are kinds of things that I just love the idea of being that kind of a person, that kind of a financially independent businesswoman is that woman that can give and that can, whatever, send someone to school or help them start a business or whatever without having, I don't need any accolades. I don't need anything, acknowledgement. But to me, that's what I feel like God has put on my heart to do, is to be that kind of a giver. And so, so that fires me up. So what do we talk about? Some of the ways that building financial independence can be a very empowering journey is because you get to control your choices. You get to be empowered through different options and learning new things and personal growth. You get to reduce stress. You get to help others, make an impact, leave a transformation, right? You get to build a legacy. I don't know if I talked about this one, but we get to build a legacy, which means that we can impact future generations with the money that we make right now. So whether that's, setting up a trust fund for our kids or whatever, starting an orphanage or starting a business that our kids will take over, whatever the thing is. But and because I hear so often, and I was this woman not that long ago, actually, where, when we were kids, you used to dream, you used to have big dreams, man, you want to do everything. You want to be for me, I used to I would make a microphone out of tinfoil, and I would stand on the top of the stairs into our basement and I would sing my heart out like I was singing for a bunch of people. It's crazy to think now, because I went through a lot of time in my life where I wouldn't sing out loud because I had a teacher when I was in elementary tell me that I should never sing. And it wasn't until I started going to the church that I'm going to now that they kept saying, Mel, come sing with us. And I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah. And now guess what? I've actually singing in our little town's choir for the first time this year. So, I mean, kind of crazy. I don't really think I'm going to be, I know I'm not going to be a, big famous singer, but the point is that when we were young, we had big dreams. We wanted to travel. We wanted to whatever, save orphans. We wanted whatever we were going to do. But then as we get older, our dream circle gets smaller and smaller because it has to fit into our financial, our bank account picture, right? It has to fit into that. So instead of our finances getting bigger so that we can actually achieve the dreams that we had when we were younger, we make our dreams shrink down and fit into what our income says it should be. And that to me is such a sad thing, because what if we were designed for something so much bigger than what we're doing right now? And I just feel this so much that now is the time. I don't feel like we have a lot of time to do this stuff. I feel like we need to, if it's on our heart, we need to do it. There is a story in the Bible. If you are a Christian or if you have never heard this before, it's a really cool story. It's about, it's a parable, and it's about the master giving his servants money, like seed money. And he said, okay, I'm going to go away. I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to do something with it. And so three servants got money. One got 10 talents, one got 5, and one got 1. And the one with 10 talents, he went and doubled it, made a ton more money for his master. The one with 5 did the same thing. Both of them went quickly, used their gift, used their talents, came back, and it was completely multiplied. The last one was only given 1, and that last servant did not go out and multiply that talent. Instead, he was afraid of the master and he buried that talent. And when the master returned, he says, what did you do with my money? Where? And the two that went and did a whole bunch with it, used their gifts, used their talents, did a bunch of things. They pleased the master, but that last one, that one that did nothing, he was called a wicked, lazy servant. I don't know about you, but I do not want to be called a wicked, lazy servant. So we need to use our gifts. We need to use our talents. And sometimes that means starting a business. And sometimes that means just having more money. So even if starting a business is not actually what you've always thought you want to do, if you need more money right now to do the thing that you know you were called to do, which is whatever the thing is, whatever that burning thing is inside of you that you've sort of stifled, now is the time to make the money. Because when we're old, or none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. None of us know for sure what's going to happen tomorrow. And I don't know about you, but I love the idea of using every stitch of whatever I've been given in this life to do everything that I can so that I can leave a legacy for my kids and that I don't come to the end of my life. Like, let's say something happens and I get sick or I get, whatever, you get in a car accident and you're paralyzed or okay, I don't like to focus on negative, but reality is, right? These things can happen. And when that happens, I don't want to be the one to say, man, I really wish I would have done that then because I can't do it now. So I don't know about you, friend. I don't know where you're at, but I'm just thinking if you have a burning desire inside of you and it's going to take more money and it's going to take more time than you currently have right now, then you may want to look into starting an online business. And we have a proven blueprint. We have over 41,000 people inside the community, and there are wins that we see every single day. Every single day we're hearing people making this amount of money or 6 figures here or 5 figures here, or like this is a proven blueprint. So it'll walk you step by step. It'll teach you how to work only 2 hours a day. Does that happen immediately? Maybe not. You have to do some training. You have to learn some stuff, but it's low tech. You don't have to build a website. You don't have to send out a bunch of emails. This stuff is already all done for you. And the community, like I say, is amazing, 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 because not only you're not buying a course, you're buying a full-on live mentoring program that you pay for one time. And I got to tell you, I have bought coaching. I have bought mastermind programs that I've paid thousands for, and I only have access to them for 6 months in many cases. And in fact, I think that's even taught in the whole digital space, is that you do a mastermind for, you don't do an infinite, unlimited, endless mastermind. You do it for a certain amount of time and you charge high ticket. That is a training. There's tons of training out there. But what I'm saying is that with this program, with this blueprint, you pay once, and there's 4 different levels that you can come in at. So one for whatever you need. You pay once. You never have to pay for it again. It's yours forever. And the mentoring continues every single week, every single month, until whenever. So, my friend, if you are feeling called for something bigger than you're doing right now, this could be your answer to prayer. Absolutely. And if you want to know how that can work, what that looks like, what it is, just go to dailypaidblessings.com. Put your email in. You're going to get a couple videos, going to give you a whole bunch of, information about what it is, how it works, all that kind of stuff. And then you and I can have a conversation if you still have more questions after that. So just reply to the email that you get from me if you have questions, and I can be happy to, jump on the phone with you or email you or whatever it is that you need. But I really, truly believe that now is the time to make a difference, because we don't know what could happen tomorrow. So I pray this blesses you, my friend, and I will see you next week. Take care, and God bless. Have you been blessed by this episode? Has it touched you or inspired you or taught you something? If so, would you take 30 seconds, and write a written review? Not only does it warm our heart to hear from you, but it also lets us know that we're giving you what you need. And it also helps other people find the podcast that may need this kind of information as well. And remember, beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Take care, my friend, and God bless.